Joining our coverage at the top of the hour here is Richard Goldberg. He's senior advisor with the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Welcome back. This is a new level, it seems, today. Everyone's thrown out the term all-out war. Is that where we're headed to or towards?
Well, we're certainly on the escalation ladder towards an all-out war. I think it's interesting. The Israelis have not committed any ground troops so far to southern Lebanon. This is primarily an air campaign alongside the covert action we saw last week against the pagers and the walkie-talkies. But clearly, after a year of taking nonstop rockets and missiles and drones, and as we learned last Friday, a group planning another October 7th invasion from the north, the Israelis are saying, we're just not going to take it anymore. We're going to try whatever it takes to get our residents to come back to their homes. People have been evacuated from northern Israel since October 7th.
I'm wondering whether you think Netanyahu has a plan, a good one, what you think that plan is. First, let me play a clip from the Israeli Prime Minister. I believe this is his message he had for the people in Lebanon. Then we'll come back and talk about his plan. Here's Netanyahu.
Israel's war is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. For too long, Hezbollah has been using you as human shields. It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons.
Okay, so Netanyahu trying to speak directly to the people in Lebanon. What's his plan? What's he trying to accomplish right now?
Well, this seems like a very well thought out strategy campaign that is underway. And I think we've just seen the tip of the spear with a lot more to come. Started last week with taking out communications, continues on a daily basis targeting leadership. So you're going after command and control. You're seeing heavy bombardment of their strategic capabilities, these longer range missiles. The defense minister of Israel saying they've already taken out half the long-range missiles in Hezbollah's arsenal. So they're doing a lot of damage to Hezbollah right now. The Iron Dome missile defense system is taking the brunt of the incoming response, and Hezbollah is being degraded. Now, will this be enough to be able to push Hezbollah back from Israel's border? Will there still need to be a ground troop invasion to establish a buffer zone? That's what we need to wait and see.
Yeah, a couple things, and we'll talk more about this at our next with our next guest. But I have it on the map here with the strikes. To your point about whether you can push back from the border, a lot of it is concentrated right here on the border. Will that be enough? All of those strikes to push them back? We'll see. On the chain of commands, it's interesting to look at this. You know, to your point about strategy, Richard, because this was the guy we talked a lot about last week, Akil, who the U.S. was after for years and years. But obviously, as it says here, he's not the only one that's been, quote unquote, eliminated. So there's only three, including the top guy there, that are left. So you're taking out the leadership one by one. But then what? At some point, you think it's to send troops in, and what? Because how does this all end, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, remember also, it's been over 11 months, the Israelis not committing to this level of force, but still targeting, the majors, the lieutenant colonels in Hezbollah's forces one by one. So they've been thinned out in the middle, and now they're being taken out at the top. How does this end? Well, the Israelis want to return 60,000 people to their homes in northern Israel. They have the Iron Dome. They're willing to sustain additional rocket threats in the future. What they can't sustain are these anti-tank guided missiles, or really anti-home guided missiles, where the missile defenses don't work. The radars can't really pick it up in time. And so if you want to have somebody live in a house that is near the Lebanese border, you have to clear Hezbollah completely from that border, at least 10 kilometers, about 6 miles. That is the goal here in the short term. A longer-term goal, obviously, to eliminate the larger threats that Hezbollah faces. But for now, to get people back in their homes, you got to push Hezbollah back at least 10 kilometers.
All right, let me get